All right, 8th graders. So what I'm going to have you guys do is open up your notes, and I'm actually going to have you go to page 16, which has a bunch of blank dots on it. So it looks like, wait for it. Page 16 should look something like this one, if I could ever get there. Perfect. Okay, a bunch of blank dots all over it. And I'm going to have you draw in these shapes as I go through the lesson. So on page 11, you're going to draw these into your notes because you do not have them in your packet. Okay, so when I look at this, they want us to find the area based on these shapes. So when I do this, I'll use pink today, I know that this square, to find the area, well, it's a 1 by 1. So 1 times 1, well, shape A is 1 unit squared. B is a 2 by 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. C is a 2 by 2. So when you think about that, 2 times 2, well, my area for that is 4. What about D? How can I find that area of the triangle? Again, I know you may need to pause and slow down so that you can draw these shapes in. Well, D, if I were to close this figure here and shade this in, I know that D would become a 2 by 2. Well, we know 2 times 2 is 4, but we're losing half of that square. So technically, that would be 2. What about this? I have a 3 by 3. Well, a 3 by 3 square, if I were to close this off here, that's 9. And then I need to take half of 9 because I'm losing this shaded area here. Well, half of 9 is 4.5. This triangle's tricky. And the reason why is because it's a different triangle than what we did before. It's moved around differently. But if I take this triangle and I close this off, okay, technically, this is a shaded part, this is a shaded part. This is now a 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4. But again, we're losing half the triangle because of the pink part. So 16 divided by 2, well, 16 divided by 2 is 8. What about G? How can I find the area of that? What do we know about parallelograms? Well, I know I can easily make a rectangle and a rectangle. So area is length times width. Well, I have 2 here, and down here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, we need to think about this because I'm going to have this 5 times 2, which we know is 10. But how can I get rid of these pink parts that aren't included in the parallelogram? How can I do that? Well, when I do it, I know that putting this pink triangle together with this pink triangle over here, that would create a 2 by 2 triangle. Well, I know 2 times 2 is 4, so I could subtract that pink part and I would get 6. So this parallelogram has an area of 6. What about H? Well, H, up here, I would have to close this triangle and this triangle. If I put those together, that is a 1 by 1. So my area of the big triangle would be a 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3. I know 3 times 3 is 9. Now I need to subtract these pink areas. Well, again, if I move this over here, that would be a 1 by 1. So 1 times 1 is 1. What's 9 minus 1? Well, I get 8. Think about this next one. Go ahead and pause this after we draw it in. What do you think I need to do to find the area for I? Well, when I look at this, I know I have this shaded area, and all of this over here. So what do you think I need to do? I know this big square is 9 because a 3 by 3 is 9. And now I'm going to subtract the area of the 4 triangles. So here's one triangle up here. Ooh, this was another triangle up here. Okay, there was one down here and one to the side. Well, I know that each of those little triangles was 1, right? So 9 minus 4 by 1 is 5. So the area for I is 5. Okay, J, K, and L are challenge problems, but you do not need to complete those at this moment. What I am going to have you guys go ahead and do is page 13 is going to be your checkpoint, and you're going to call me over when you're done. So for 13, I want you guys to do A, B, C, and D for number 1. Okay, I want you to look at number 2, and that's it. So A, B, C, and D in number 2 today.